Today, we're going to be talking about giving yourself space to experiment. I want you to think about the thing that your brain thinks you have to get right. You have to decide it ahead of time and you have to make sure that that's it. This could show up with like your weekly schedule. This could show up with creating content. This could show up with like your morning routine. Like, where does your brain think it's so important that you get it right the first time? That it's so important that there's no mistakes or there's no mess ups or there's no failures? And then I want you to think about what it would look like to give yourself some space to fail, to get it wrong, to change your mind. Because when you allow yourself to do that, it takes off so much pressure. When you're trying to get it so right and so perfect, how does that feel? And if it feels like pressure, I want you to think about what you do from that pressure. Because chances are, what you end up doing is you actually end up not deciding anything. You end up not trying something. You end up just not doing anything. And when that's happening, we're actually not getting closer to knowing what is the thing that we want. We don't end up getting closer to knowing, like, what is that right way to do something for us? We just end up sitting here trying and pressuring ourselves and not really moving forward. But when we allow ourselves the space to experiment, the space to fail, the space to try things on, see how it goes, see what it's like, what ends up happening is we actually get so much closer to figuring out the way that we want to do it, figuring out the right way to do it, figuring out how to get better at that thing because we're willing to do it wrong, to fail, to mess it up, and really having the courage to lean into that. It's like, you know what? I am going to make a decision. I might decide later that wasn't it, or I might learn something from this, or I might do it wrong. Then I'm going to feel a negative emotion and I can help myself through that emotion. Because when we take that courage, we're like, okay, this is still really uncomfortable. I know there could be some negative emotion, but I'm willing to feel that to move closer to what I want, to figure things out, to see what's going to work, see what's not working, see what I want to change. So today, think about that thing that you're creating a lot of pressure around, the thing that you're trying to get right, trying to get perfect, not wanting to fail at, and imagine what it would feel like if you gave yourself that space. What could you do? How could you show up? What could you try? What could you experiment? And if you want to create more commitment, then go to createcommitment.com to sign up for the waitlist for my course, How to Create Commitment.